And on our 7 UpFront tonight, unique insight on the war and where it may be headed. Death and destruction grows by the days, and there's concerns it could escalate. So joining us live tonight is retired Lieutenant General Richard Newton, a 34-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force, now providing expert analysis on the war. We thank you for joining us tonight, sir.
Good evening, Linda. It's good to be with you.
We're going to start with your impressions. By many accounts and reports that we've been saying, it's not going as Vladimir Putin had planned. Where do the Russians stand almost a month after launching?
Yeah, we're as you mentioned, we're 4 weeks into this, and on the night of the February 24th, I was on air actually, and my prediction was that with the mass and capabilities of what we thought the Russian military was capable of, that this would be over, say, within several days. But now we're into week 4. They're bogged down. They're off their timeline. Putin is now, again, dug in, but he's dug in to the point where his only really ability to create effects in the battlefield, and particularly in those cities, is the shelling of innocent civilians, and the atrocities just keep going up. And so it's a very, very difficult situation for the Ukrainian people, but they certainly have shown a remarkable resolve.
And perhaps some of the most disturbing images, there's countless of them, bombed out buildings. They were clearly civilian targets. Lieutenant General, is there a strategy behind this and any recourse for what many are calling crimes of war?
Well, the strategy behind this is first started with very poor planning for Putin and his generals. As I mentioned, they are bogged down behind on their timeline and so forth. And so this is no longer a civilized military, Glenda. This is a force of terror. And so what the American people and our viewers are witnessing every day is those atrocities that are going after shopping malls, that are going after churches, that are going after apartment buildings and so forth. And so it is a very ugly situation. It's turning into a quagmire, frankly, lots of bloodshed. But my fear is, and my sources in the Pentagon fear, is that it will continue to be a quagmire and more blood will certainly be spilled.
Well, and, with this, the risk of possibly exploding beyond Ukraine, do you feel like there is one?
Well, I think it is. It's almost as if it's a tinderbox. Putin has his eyes on trying to bring Ukraine back to the old former Soviet Union. But there's definitely the chance, and things that would, frankly, if I were still in the Pentagon, would keep me up at night, is that it spills over into NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. If it spills over beyond the borders of Ukraine, now you have a situation under what we call Article 5 of the treaty, that if an attack is made, say, against Poland or Slovakia and so forth, it would be an attack on all NATO members. And now you're talking really a war that goes beyond just Ukraine. Could, again, now we go toe-to-toe with the Russians, which we do not want to have any stretch at all facing that potential. Do
you think that's what Putin wants?
It's hard to get in the mind of Putin. He's a rational, irrational actor, if you will. I think what Putin wants is he wants to bring Ukraine back into the old Soviet Union fold, if you will. But I think he's also running out of options, frankly, because the war is not going well. His military generals have not done any effective job in terms of moving their nearly 200,000 forces inside Ukraine very effectively. They're bogged down. And so his only choice now is to raise the ante and step up on the ladder of more atrocities. And so the concern is that he goes beyond just, again, the horrors that we're seeing against civilians, but then he brings in potentially weapons of mass destruction, such as chemical weapons or the use of tactical nuclear weapons.
Yeah, and of course the sanctions, don't appear to be giving any pause at all.
Well, we need to look at, there's all instruments of national power being waged here. First off, it's diplomatic. You've got President Biden going to the NATO ministerial with the heads of state on Thursday. Other efforts that the diplomatic efforts have been moving forward. You've got economic sanctions. I actually think the economic sanctions are now going to start to be able to kick in, where I think they'll feel the pinch, especially, on the economic front back home in Moscow and so forth. But then there's certainly the information intelligence aspect of this, but the military piece of it as well. President Biden signed off on an $800 million, supplemental to bring arms immediately as soon as we possibly can, such as the Javelin anti-tank missiles, the Stingers, and so forth, that will help resupply the Ukrainian military, who've done a remarkable job. But again, it's not just one aspect of our national security tools. It's going to really have to be all of those tools to be effective in trying to, slow him down and deter him and perhaps even turn the tide.
Well, retired Lieutenant General Richard Nixon, we appreciate your insight. Thank you for Newton. Thank you for your words tonight.
Thank you. Good evening, Linda.
All right.